check something. Okay, cool. All right. It is streaming on YouTube. I just don't know if I can see the chat. I guess we'll find out. I think there's also a muskrat in front of me or something. Don't know if I can see YouTube chat at the moment, unfortunately, but it should be working, so that's good. It's very windy and the tide's quite low, so it's not ideal for cinder worms, but we're gonna hang out and see what happens. I'm gonna start fishing a little. All right, let's see what happens. A little cinder worm gurgler, nice long leader, and see what happens, I guess. Where do I want to start? Tide's not really that ideal, but I guess I'll poke around here a little. Yo, Doc, what's going on? We're back at the cinder worm spot. Unfortunately, the tide's quite low, so you could see. But it is going to be incoming tide, I believe, so I think the wind's going to push it in pretty quick, hopefully. So we'll poke around. Let's see what happens. Quite windy. The wind should presumably push the tide in, I hope. If something does happen, generally it doesn't happen that far, so. And I checked, I'm pretty certain we're streaming on YouTube right now. We're multi-streaming. I just can't see both chats. I can see Twitch chat because I'm logged in on Twitch here, so apologies if I'm not reading your YouTube chats. But I'm pretty certain it's working. Somebody on Twitch can check and make sure that we're live on YouTube as well. Hopefully the quality is not too bad. Seems like we got a pretty stable bit rate at the moment, which is good. I haven't seen any signs of any fish or any worms or anything, but it's a little early, so we'll see. Usually a high tide thing. Right now the tide's quite low. How's this fly looking? Looks good enough. I don't know if I'm going to be getting 80-foot casts, but should be able to get it out for the most part. Hey, Yumi. Thanks for the resub on Twitch. Appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, I don't really have any of my IRL stuff set up, alerts-wise, for YouTube, so we'll see. I don't know if it uses Stream Elements or it uses the YouTube, my Stream Labs. It's quite a little windy and choppy. I was going to go yesterday, but I ended up getting work done. I wish I came last night. Because it was like 2 mile per hour wind. A little bit windier today. We'll just do some blind casting until hopefully we see some sort of activity here. I got a full charge at the moment, but I don't know how long it's going to last, so we'll see. Hopefully I didn't start the stream too early. I sometimes wait till something happens. Or we're just going to let it rip. At some point it's going to get dark here. I'm probably going to still fish, but I'll switch to my GoPro because you guys won't be able to see anything. I'm trying to get some footage. I'm hoping there's going to be some cinder worm activity. YouTube's live too. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. You know what? Let me see if I can stiffen up this chest mount so it's not moving around as much. Sitting like right on. Move this stuff. How about that? Wearing my waders because I had to wade out here. Okay. Yo, Southern Fly Guy, what's up? I haven't seen any worms. Haven't seen any signs of fish, but I just got here, so we're gonna blind cast some worm gurglers. Pretty shallow. I think I should probably go to the point to my right where it's much deeper. I just wanted to do a couple casts here. Then we'll move down. I can still get it out there even with the wind in my face, which is nice. Nine to 10 solid rainbows, dude. That's awesome. Love to hear it. I've yet to catch a single fish all year, so I'm hoping tonight's the night. No fish locally by my house, where I usually fish in the spring. Everyone's been catching like 30-something, 40-inch fish. Everyone I know, out in different areas, you know what I mean? So there's decent fish. There's not a lot of small ones, so if we do catch something, it's probably going to be a decent fish. Using a pretty long leader too. Might be too long for how windy it is, but normally it's dead calm over here. Hopefully the wind drops out. Apologies for anyone watching on YouTube. I can't see chat, but hopefully the stream is somewhat looking good for you guys. I know it's probably not the best quality. We'll see if the restream stuff works. I'm going to try and bump up the bit rate on the IRL stuff, but right now we're at like 3,400 bit rate or something. And only 720p because I'm only just using my phone to stream fishing. I gotta get this sitting a little better. There we go. I want I want the angle. I don't want it just staring at the water. That's better. Alright, come on. Please, this should be it, dude. I mean, apparently a week ago there was some worm hatches going on out east, so I'm hoping I didn't miss it, because I remember last year it kind of was like a week before the moon, a bunch of shit was happening, and then it's quieted down. I think it still was happening, but I forgot what happened last year. Like the weather shut it down, or I had to do more fly tying. The rooster fish stuff. Yo, Brew. What's going on? A couple people chatting on YouTube. All right. Hey, thank you for the updates. Sorry, YouTube, I can't see your chat at the moment, but I hope you guys are having fun. Sit back, grab a drink, and enjoy the wind noise. I set up my phone in a way. Hopefully, the microphone's just not getting hammered by the wind. The wind's coming from my right, which isn't the worst because I'm a lefty. Yeah, I think if we do get a hatch or do get a spawn, I think the fish are going to be right up against the banks because the wind's going to be pushing the cinder worms. So when I'm blind casting and I don't know what's going on, sometimes I'll do it fast, sometimes I'll do it slow. Right now I'm doing it slow. I'm just going to mix up the retrieves. There's a good chance, let's say something was happening over the past week, there's still going to be fish that are interested. So, hoping we didn't miss the party. The only thing that sucks, there's a duck blind right there, and that duck blind is going to be in the absolute worst spot for us. So, shout out to the guys that put that there. It's kind of in like really bad spot for us. It's kind of like right where I usually fish. And there's probably anchors and shit in the water, you know. So I don't know. We might need to avoid that, but I don't know. We'll deal with that when we get there. Usually, what happens is when the tide's higher and the worms start coming out, they're usually back here, further in the creek. This is the back of the creek, or pond. Not even really a pond. It's like a small little bay connected to a larger bay almost. And then as the tide flushes out, all the bait gets washed out that way. Yo, what's up, Fearmonger? How's it going? Appreciate everyone tuning in on Twitch and YouTube. I'm gonna throw some big pauses in there too when I'm doing this fishing cinder worm stuff. Man, I need to cut my hair. My hair's getting out of control. It's too long. So I've been playing guitar again recently, so maybe I grow out a mullet. I either grow it out completely or I have to cut it. So I'll probably cut it. That would be funny. I was thinking, should I? Because I used to have really long hair. I think I'm too old for a ponytail nowadays, though. My hair gets really curly too. I look like freaking Eric Clapton when he was in Cream, you know? The epic song. That's a special occasion thing. Actually, wait, is the song? No, that song isn't on. I do have a little Peacock song that's uploaded to Mike Rolls Dice as an introduction to Little Peacock, the character, into the miniature universe. Sipping around in a little boat. Alright, that duck blind's gonna be a pain in the ass. I tell you what, though, I can already see the tides coming in, so that's a good thing. I can already see the tide coming in. This spot's really unusual. You see how we have like mussel beds and reeds? You think it's like any other shore? but it's like a genuinely. I mean, here it's not that bad, but to the right, it goes like 8 feet right off the bank. Like I've never seen spots like this where it's so freaking deep right next to a grass mussel bed. But it's like a straight up drop off, especially to the right over here. Here though, it's probably like 4 or 5 feet right off the mussel bed. So if you step off it when there's actually water, you'll go over your waders. If you step over when you're to the right over there, you might actually drown. I've never seen. I don't know why it's so deep over here, but I think that's one of the reasons why it's such a good cinderworm spot. Really, really deep water right next to the mussel banks, but it's still really far in the back bay, so it heats up and all that. Like the water's probably really warm if I touched it right now. That wind shifting a little bit. Now it's coming from behind me to my right, so now I'm getting a nice boost to my cast. Still no signs of worms or bass. We'll see. You'll see the fish because they just come up and just start boiling on the surface. Pretty hard to miss. Damn, dude, that stupid duck blind is gonna literally screw up everything. Like that duck blind is right where I'm usually catching these fish. I thought they were supposed to get it out by a certain date. You know what I mean? They probably are, and they probably just haven't done it yet. It's a pain in the ass. It's like right in the spot where I want to fish. I was actually going to step on it, but now the wind switched, and because it was on the grass, so that would have been funny. I literally would have been stuck out there because, like I said, it's like 8 foot right off the beach. That would have actually been really funny. I would have been stuck on that thing. Part of me was like, screw you, putting your duck line there. I'm going to fish off it. It's like in the most inconvenient spot for me. I might stand to the left of it. I think I can get away with it if I stand to the left. But if I hook a 30, 40 inch fish, it's going to fucking be a nightmare. Especially at nighttime. I broke my headlamp, but still, the problem is it's usually secured by multiple anchors, so I just gotta figure out where the anchor lines are. That, or I might just need to avoid it. It's fucking howling, dude. I don't think the wind's calming down anytime soon. Kind of do want to go fish over there by that blind though, because it's way deeper. The blind casts. Just scanning around. I'm looking for any activity. I never really see birds during cinderworms. I never see terns. I never see any bird activity. It's just fish. Me and AC Fishing brought me here to fish for bass and bluefish normally, and then I looked over and I saw like boils. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, oh my god! Looked down, I saw cinderworms. So we found out this was a cinderworm spot 2, 3 years ago. It's been consistent every time. I'm just looking. I'm also looking in the water. I'm trying to see if there's any worms or something I can spot. It's funny, like usually like I won't see anything, and then next thing you know, I see like a ton of them. I don't know how it happens. My cigarette pouch with me, or it's probably in my bag, right? Duck blind, bro. It's right in the worst spot. go over this one, though. We'll fish this way. YouTube, I hope you guys are doing good. I can't see your chats, unfortunately. I can only see the Twitch chats, but shout out to Restream for the multi-stream software access. All right. The wind's really going to be a pain in the ass. The wind's blowing that blind off. See there, I go stand all the way off that corner. Just kind of, well, let's head over there. Let's check it out because the wind's going to be a pain in the ass, but whatever. It's funny, sometimes it pops off down here, sometimes it's right over here. I never really know. You got to poke around. And the other thing you need to do is be extremely careful because there's like a fucking trench over here. Yeah. It's like a mud pit over here. We're kind of tucked away from the wind back there, so I'm going to try over here, and if it's a pain in the ass, then we're going to go back that way. We're really going to get hammered by the wind over here. Oh, it's nice and deep over here. I lost like a $200-300 pair of sunglasses in here with Aiden during that first Cinder worm match. Oh, I forgot my drinks. It's definitely fucking windy over here, that's for certain. Holy hell. You guys doing over here? Can't tell what these fucking anchor lines are. Problem is, if I hook the fish, it's gonna like go run right towards that structure. It sucks. Yeah, right where that duck line is, it'd be the perfect spot. I can get like the wind right off the back of my shoulder, my offhand. Pretty lucky every time I come down here. Usually the wind's like not too bad. This is gonna make it a little trickier if they're farther away. Fly line got caught on the phone. Whew. It is quite windy. Managing all right castle-wise, though. Even with the wind. It looks like there's a storm coming, but there's even rain or anything like that. The sky looks a little gnarly, though, I'm not gonna lie. Tide's coming in really quick. I think because that wind, the wind's like blowing the tide right in. It's funny, like my fly's like right off the bank. This is like where I'll catch them half the time. It's like right here. Catch my fly line on my phone. Got dynamite. That'll do it. The fuck is that? Is that thunder? Sounded like a fucking bomb going off. I didn't see thunder. Sounded like a big dump truck or something dropped a big, dumpster on the ground almost. Or a gunshot or something. Didn't sound like a gunshot. Sounded like a freaking bomb going off. Kind of freaked me out though. That was fucking loud as fuck. Someone is using dynamite. Oh, we still got a little while before the sun goes down, man. It takes a while for the sun to go down nowadays. What time is it? 7? Yeah, we probably got an hour. It's probably going to still be light, even at 8. I think sunset's around 8, but still it's usually 20, 30 minutes of sunlight. So we got time. There's nothing happening now. That doesn't mean something's not going to happen. I actually kind of want to switch to a larger fly. I'm using a pretty small fly because this is the size I usually get them, but kind of blind casting right now. It's a little articulated gurgler. Single shank on there. Oh no, it's double shank. I don't want to put on a larger worm fly just for blind casting. Then if I see something, we can, what do you call it? Then we can adjust on size. Usually they're a little smaller over here. Something a little bit larger. Goodie bag. We tied a articulated cinder worm gurgler that was longer. Ram's wool, and I think that would be nice. Where is that? Here we go. This one's got an extra shank in it. Still have not caught a striper yet this year, Chad. I'm really hoping tonight we get a nice 32-inch. Hell, let's make it a 36-inch bass on the fly. I brought my GoPro. It's in my backpack in case there is something cool happening. I want to get some footage, but it's very windy, so it's going to make it tough to get. We've been here when it's dead calm, and you get to see all the action on the surface. It looks so cool. It's going to be tough getting certain footage today. If it does that, I really hope it happens. I'm being optimistic. You just got to be patient because it usually goes 0 to 100 real quick. Drink of water and get back to it. Oh, the other thing, I want to debarb this. I'm fishing with my switch rod. I have an 11.5-foot switch rod floating line. I'm using 20 to 30 pound leader that I made. The leader is probably like 12 feet. And it's an articulated gurgler. This one we tied on stream. I think it was last week or something. Grab the berry pouch. I'm gonna have to come back to roll one. I can't tell if I'm getting bitten by bugs or what. Feels like might possibly be. Alright. Time to get serious. Got everything we need. Stand there and fish for the next 2 hours. Probably look like such a jackass with the stripping basket, the neoprenes, and the chest mount for the phone. Not a very sexy look. I don't even remember. Did I tie the fly on? I must have, right? Yeah, yeah. I'm like, should I double check the knot? I'm just kind of strip it. Boom, boom. Let the articulated tail wiggle a little. It's really hard to replicate the figure eight action of worms. Still haven't seen her in action. Signs of fish worms. Right there. Right there, baby. First signs. I trout set it like a dumbass. I couldn't tell if he fully commit, but there we go. First bass swirl. He ate it too. They're looking for worms. Guarantee you they're looking for worms. They haven't come out of the ground yet. Hopefully you guys saw that. That was right in front of us. It was right off the bank. It grabbed the fly. I yanked it right out of its mouth. A lot of times they're eating really close. They're not that far out. It makes for really good fly fishing. I'm telling you, there's something about that articulated worm. Something about that articulated worm that these guys go nuts for. Because it just moves even when you're not moving it. All right, chat. We're gonna get our first straight bass of the year. You ready? I can't get this camera to sit straight. My phone either. Too heavy on one side. It's so choppy right now. My fly's barely on the surface. Probably right under the surface, which is fine. That's what the worms are doing half the time. Keeping my eye out to the left for any worm activity too, boils. Like I said, there's not been a lot of smaller fish either. Everyone's been catching decent fish. I don't think there's any small fish that exist right now, so you might get a decent sized fish. Definitely looked like at least 25, 26 inches. I could see the tail come out of the water. Like little twitch strips and a pause. That gave me, that increased my attention span tenfold. That woke me up a little. I don't want to jinx it, but the wind is kind of dying down. I shouldn't have even said anything, but it does kind of feel like it's dying down. Sun's gonna start going down here, so we're gonna see some action. I'll take just a random bass, but I hope we get an actual hatch going on. Tomorrow's the full moon, I think. Tonight or tomorrow. I think it's technically tomorrow during the day, or the new moon. But like I said, even if it did happen a week early, a lot of times it seems like the fish still come back looking for worms. I was hoping we didn't miss the full-blown hatch, or spawn, I should say. What's my drag like? Drag's pretty loose. There we go. I haven't had to worry about my drag all season because I haven't caught a damn thing. So now let me actually get my shit set up. Sometimes I like to just strip it, pop it once or something, just let it dangle out there, the worm. A lot of times I'll be rolling a cigarette and I catch a fish while I'm just chilling. Especially when if the spawn's happening. They're actively feeding on tons of worms. And kind of just let it sit out there. You don't even need to touch it because the weight, the line's going to move in the water itself. That's where the articulated gurglers really are nice. Sometimes I almost think it's better just to cast right near the bank too, but I'll cast a decent distance. It's a good idea to mix it up every once in a while though. Okay, with the tide coming in, fish are going to be coming in and following the banks, looking for worms. The bank to my left, that pocket over there, is usually where it starts happening, but again, that's usually when the tide starts flushing. Let it sit right here off my rod tip. Fly looks good, doesn't foul. That's all we need. Checks the boxes. Saw a terrapin turtle. There's so many terrapins by my house. They like slowly started coming back, and now there's like, I actually hooked one last year by accident while blind casting. There's just so many of them. They always come up and they stare at me. Very inquisitive little turtles. They're like a brackish turtle or something. Because there is freshwater springs that leak out into these areas, freshwater creeks and stuff. I think the salinity is not as high, because I don't think they can be in like the straight up bay, but I could be wrong, I don't know. I'm trying to see, let me see if I can get this even tighter, this strap on the left side. It's kind of as tight as I can get it, really. got a big ass heavy phone, so it's hard to keep it super stable. Come on. Can't tease me like that. Where's the worms? Give us the worms. Give us the worms, damn it. We want the worms. Come on. Where are you? Oh, first foul. Just wrapped around the leader is all. They can't absorb as much salt. Yeah, they definitely need some. They can't have too high of a salinity. Like a sea turtle can or something. Either like a brackish turtle. And I think you'll see them in freshwater, but there's like no other turtles other than straight up real, actual sea turtles that you'll see in the bay. So these guys, you always see them in the back phase, where there's freshwater intermingling. You gotta fish it right up to the bank when you cinderworm fish like this, especially when it's this deep here. Come on. Can't just be one bass looking for a worm to fly. Keep looking to my left in that cove, because that's I usually see stuff popping off over there first. Just looking for boils. Nothing though yet. There's something in the way there. Maybe I can do that. There we go. That'll help. It's like a little pouch to keep your cell phone. It's moving my phone. Pushing. Oh, look at that at the end. It actually got caught on the end there. One reason to cut the end off or have an end piece, I guess. I'm going nice and slow with it. I think I was doing like little twitch retrieves. Oh. You've used 2 gigabytes of data. Yeah. Shut up, I know. AT&T's like, hey, what are you doing there, buddy? Thought we went over this. don't IRL stream. Where they forget it's worm hatch season. Try some more aggressive strips here. Aggressive strips with some pauses. Pretty nice out other than it was a little windy. The wind's been dying down though, so. It's funny, usually like the wind dies down when it gets night, but the other night I was out fishing got worse. So I was like, oh, okay, well. Nice long leader on there. They shouldn't be spooked of the line, that's for sure. Hope everyone's doing well. Apologies to YouTube, I can't see you guys. I haven't figured out. I think a lot of people use two phones, so they have two data plans, and one phone they'll use to read chats. Because right now I'm streaming through Stream Elements, and I'm logged in on Twitch. But luckily I can stream to both platforms. That's what matters. But I hope everyone on YouTube's doing good as well. Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy. Yeah, switch rod's really nice. I've actually gotten really used to fishing with the switch rod. If I had just an intermediate line for it, I think I would just be content to not even having a 9-foot rod. I've just gotten used to it. It's really nice. It cuts through the wind really easily. Like the rod itself is heavier than a normal rod, so you gotta get used to that. That'll wear you out. But you're not exerting as much force like trying to double haul into the wind as opposed to a 9-foot rod, I think. Hardest part is getting the right line set up with a switch rod, in my opinion. It's really tough because once you get a good line, you keep it. But not every line is equal with switch rods. Once you get a good line, though, things start cooking. Damn, man. Trout set on that bass. I pulled it out of its mouth. Dude, if that was the only thing we get tonight, I'm going to be devastated that I did that. Good reminder to strip set, though. I couldn't help it. I was actually going to lift my rod out of the water, essentially. Like, I was, like, getting close to the bank. I just, like, instinctively. I gave him just a microsecond in water. We would have hooked that fish. But alas, the trout set strikes again. I'm just waiting, though. Something's going to blow up on this fly. This line's going to come shooting out of my basket. Just got to be patient. What's my battery life looking like? 54? Damn, bro. I mean, we've been streaming an hour, so that's not bad. We'll get a full stream before it gets dark, and then I'll switch to my GoPro, and if I decide to stay into the dark at all. I would like to get some good footage. Problem with streaming is I'm not getting good footage, right? So I need like a GoPro on my head. Then I really look like a jackass. GoPro on the head, stripping basket, and a phone on my chest. That or put like a GoPro on a stake. I just don't have a setup at the moment though, so it's all right. Come on now. Where's that bass? Where's all the bass? It's getting very cinderworm-like. The water's really coming up fast. I'll have to keep an eye out on my backpack, actually. That should be good where it is. It's on the high tide line. Part of me wants to go check out to the left. But I feel like if there was something, I would see it happening. I just gotta look over every once in a while. Even with subtle boils, like, they're pretty noticeable over here. I guess look on the upside, that duck blind is kind of blocking the window over there. See the surface pretty good. Damn, bro, the bass teasing me. I gotta hook one. Teasing me. Really nice out though. It's a little cold. It's gonna start getting cold when the sun's fully down, but pretty nice right now. It's gotta be in like the mid 50s or low 50s. I bet you the water's fucking 15 degrees warmer than the air right now. The water's usually pretty warm over here, especially because it's just mud on the bottom. So it's pretty far back too in the bay, so it heats up. Incoming though right now, it's probably colder. Hoping the fish are coming in with the flood and that some cinder worms. I just hope the cinder worms aren't going to hatch like at high tide or something. You know, it's usually around sunset you start seeing it, but I mean it could be a midday thing too. You know, I'm really curious if they hatched last week or earlier in the week like last year. Which everyone I talk to, like, man, it's just so strange. Cinder worms hatching like in between moon cycles, but spawning. But that's kind of like what happened here last. Usually it's more closer to the actual moon cycle, but I don't know. I wonder if there's something going on. Maybe things are changing with them biologically or something. I think it's more than just moon, but I think the moon is like the main factor. Moon cycle also has to deal with the substrate, the time, the temperature, tide, all that. I'm just waiting for something to inhale this fly. Come on now. Looking for boils. I mean, usually too, you'll see the worms like straight in the water. I think I got lucky the past couple of years though. It was like an outgoing tide. It was like high tide into outgoing. It was like the perfect tide cycle. curious. Well, either way, we're gonna catch one. We'll get a bass one way or another. Very quiet though. These fish could be feeding half the time. Normally, you wouldn't even see them because it's so deep over here, you know? Normally, if you were some other spots in different bays, if I was this close to the shore, it'd be a foot of water. If a bass was feeding it, you'd actually see them boil. But here it's so deep. I've seen fish feed where you won't even see them make a disturbance. Because when I used to commercially bunker fish, we'd go looking for bunker around here, and I was always using the side scanner and the sonar, and it's like it drops down to like 12, 14 feet, probably about, I don't know, 20 feet off of the, yeah, about 20 feet off of the beach. It's like just a 12-foot deep. I was like, that's why this spot's so good. Like some serious structured depth change here. So the bass can just ambush really well over here. Because that's what they are. They're ambush predators, right? Half the time. They're not looking to chase stuff like crazy. They want to just make an easy meal. So that thing probably shot up from the bottom or from underneath the cinder worm fly. That's why you'll see him kind of do this swirl or turn on it. As opposed to if they were in really shallow water, you know. I'm not seeing any boils to my left. I kind of want to go check it out over there, but sometimes it is really hard to see. I don't think anything's happening at the moment, like cinderworm wise. There's probably fish around, but I just haven't hasn't it's not happened yet. They're waiting. I think they're still on the ground underneath my feet or something. In the mud. I already brought one nut bar with me. I have the Kirkland Farm, like chocolate nut bars or something that has like pecans and all sorts of good stuff in it. And I wolfed that thing down immediately. I wish I brought a second one. I used to have a friend back in the day. Oh, he was like whenever we'd go fishing, he'd bring like all these snacks, which I never ever. I'm lucky if I bring a water bottle when I go fishing. But he'd be like bringing like sour candies and Starbursts and like, damn, bro, you're prepared, huh? I'm just waiting for my line to come tight. I know it's gonna happen. The fish caught me off guard. Now I'm ready for it. I'm just waiting for it. It's gonna happen. I'm fishing the fly all the way into the bank because you never know with these cinders. Cinder bites. Hope you folks are having a good night at least. It's good to get out and travel and fish. I've just been fishing like right near local. I have about a week and a half left of rooster fish tying, and I still have more to do after that. But still, like that's the biggest chunk. So I've just been tying as much as possible. I'm waiting on feathers. But that's what I'm gonna go do when I get home. More roosterfish flies. At least it's a good fly to tie. I like the kinky mother. Johnny Kane's knocked it out of the park. There's been so many other flies that I've tied like thousands of in the past. This one's not too bad. It does have a good amount of steps. It's got a good amount of material. The material's not cheap, but it's like a sick fly. I do enjoy tying it. And it does take a certain skill to be consistent with them, so it's like a challenge, you know? It's not like tying a bunch of woolly buggers or something. Even though it is repetitive, it's still kind of fun as a fly tyer. Challenge yourself, you know? Be consistent. Tie a bunch of good ones. Look at that. Beautiful. Even with the clouds, we're getting a nice little sunset. This is where I should like roll a cigarette. I feel like I need to just let the fly sit there for like 20 seconds and I'll hook one. Sun's still a good ways up though. It's gonna start dropping quick. This is when I should like, I feel like we should start seeing something. Kind of want to go to my left and go make some casts over there. I have no problem getting it out there. The wind kind of switched. Now this is where I want to hook a nice 40-inch bass. Right when it lands, lines all the way out, go straight into the backing. Scoot, scoot. Hear that drag screaming? Definitely hooked a fish that was over. I mean, I'm not gonna. I'll try and be bashful, so I don't do the classic where I say it's bigger than it is. There's probably like 31 inches, 32 inches, which for a crappy fisherman like me is pretty good. And it definitely was gorging on cinder worms. It was a nice fish. It was probably bigger than 32 inches, but I'm trying to nowadays not be like, dude, that fish had to have been 20 pounds. Trying not to do that. But that fish took me for a ride. And this is an 8-weight switch rod, but it kind of feels like you're fishing with a 10-weight, like a 10.5 weight. It's like a broomstick. It's pretty chunky. But we had one fish last year, right here, around this time of year. And I think it was, I'm telling you, it's usually the best, like right as the sun starts going down, and it's like technically supposed to be dark, but there's still a little bit of light. It's almost always in the dark. I end up getting like, I take a quick photo while it's in the water because this is all going to be flooded, this grass. So it's nice. I can kind of slide the fish into the grass while it can still breathe properly and all that. Pop the hook out, take a quick little photo, and ship them out. You know what I mean? Well, that's a bomb right there, dude. That's right with the wind. Keeping my eyes open, dude. I'm looking for boils. Come on. Every once in a while I hear a wave too, like a wave crash over, and I think it's a boil. Tell you what though, I miss fishing with Nick, Fresh Nick, or Veta Nick, because every time any singular splash would happen, you'd be like, oh my god, is that albies? There could be cocktail bluefish blitzing on the surface. It's albies. Oh shit, I almost hooked a turtle right. Dude, there's so many terrapins over here. This is crazy. I just saw two pop up to the right, and that one popped up right next to my fly. Let's let that fly just dangle out there. It's the beauty of the articulated cinderworm fly. Good luck, Dirty. Non-dirty. They're being responsible. That's what they call a hand-rolled cigarette in Australia, by the way. Because we're a multinational community here at our Life Flies, Mike. I hope Luke's doing okay. It just remind me of Luke in Australia. Come on, dude. Where's these bass at? Come on. I might go check out the left cove over there and come back to this point as it gets dark. I know I had a hit here, but experience, I know that sometimes if something does happen, it can happen to the left and then seep its way out to the right or this way as it gets dark. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I know I got a hit here, so I'm tempted to not move, but I think the fish is just cruising. These fish just cruise up the bank with the tide. This is a nice point though, this is why I'm standing here. It's a pronounced point, so I can, every fish that comes by doesn't need to pass by this point. Still no boils though. By the way, I assumed, because I feel like I've seen them before, not too far from here. There's actually a freshwater river that connects to this, a big one. I feel like I've seen them there, but apparently a couple towns over there, there's river otters, or there's some sort of otters. They're not super big, but I could have swore I've seen otters in the bay before. And I think people have mentioned it that there were, and now there's otters in freshwater rivers around here. So I bet you I've seen an otter in the bay before. Because usually it's muskrats that you'll see. I think they're muskrats, right? The ones that swim, they have like a little, not a beaver, but you'll see the muskrats swimming across the salt ponds at times. And raccoons. I've seen raccoons swim across the ponds, as well as deer. But I'm almost certain I've seen something that looks like a muskrat, but way thinner and no paddle tail. I'm like, dude, that looks like a freaking otter. Now I'm convinced I've definitely seen otters before, because that was only a couple miles away from where I live. So I guarantee I've seen otters. Which is just cool to think about that there's otters around here. But there's somebody that puts up trail cameras in one of the wildlife sanctuaries around here just to get photos of the wildlife. They work together and they got the otters on the trail cam. You can like crisp footage. I was like, damn, dude, gotta be some otters around here. I knew it. I don't know if they're native or not. I need to look. I need some more information on these otters. What's going on with these otters? Better yet, what's going on with these striped bass, bro? What's going on with these bass? No boils. So torn. Do I go to the back corner there, or do I stay here on the point? Because we're kind of in prime time right now. Like the sun's just crested over. This is when you want to fish. Stand still and fish. I'm gonna have to put my glasses away soon. My coasters are getting a little dark. Still no boils yet, though. Teased by that one fish, man. Where's the action at? It's the sort of thing, too, you could just leave and like an hour later it'll happen, too, you know? I think we've gotten like really darn lucky past couple of years. I genuinely think it might have happened a couple days ago. We're gonna need to come back like in between the moon cycles next year. Double check. I mean, it should be popping off right now. Where are the worms? Oh, that almost sounded like a boil, but I can't. Sounded too small though, I think, to be a fish boil or like a bass boil. Could have been water slapping up against the duck blind. Usually, even when it's fully dark, you can like there's lights across the bay, so you can use the lights and the reflection off the water to see boils. See nothing. Take my glasses off. It's too dark. Just gotta make sure I don't freaking lose them. I bought really nice glasses, lost them in this exact spot, waited 2 or 3 years using cheap sunglasses, commercially fishing and clamming, and then finally bit the bullet and bought a nice pair again. It was like, I'm never losing these. I can never lose these glasses. Otherwise, I'm banished from owning nice glasses. Oh, son of a bitch. Smack the darn grass behind. It's nice now. It stays like this. This is beautiful. I just want to start seeing little worms everywhere. Come on. No, there's a bass in here. I was waiting to eat this worm fly. Come on. See, it's less windy now. Maybe I can give you guys a view of the fly. Oh, it'd be so cool if something just came up and ate it right there. Just looking around, making sure I'm not missing any action on either side. Good cast there, bud. There she goes, bud. Come on. Oh, there's more than one bass in here. Even when there's no cinder worms, this is a really good spot. I should fish this more often. I'm just lazy. Soon, though, it's going to get way too warm in here, and the water's going to get, like, hepatitis. It's going to be, like, there's just a ton of nitrogen getting dumped into this river, where you get these big blooms. Water gets all nasty. We were doing bunker fishing in the river here, and it was fucking pretty nasty at times. Nice condom floating by as well. A little bit nicer over here, where it's more natural. You get closer to the town, though, you get all sorts of crap floating down the river. Damn, this is like literally perfect. This is absolutely perfect conditions. These worms need to start shooting out of the ground here soon. 33%. Come on. I'm just gonna switch to my GoPro and do some filming. Where's the worms? Supposed to be right. Supposed to be money right now. We're supposed to be playing. We're supposed to be sight fishing to boils one after another, catching bass like crazy. Getting all excited doing my little girl like you know, like, oh my god, chat, look, 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 look. I get super stoked. I sound like a child. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. I've seen it where they're out in the middle of the pond or bay here too, and I can't reach them, but I haven't seen a single boil. I bet you this fish, they're probably just waiting. We did miss it too, and it did happen like a week ago. Like I said, there's still fish looking for remnants. But the precipice are usually when things start going nuts. Is going to be in the next like 15 minutes here probably. The sun's starting to go down more. Nice and sunny today too, which I think affects the worms. Kind of have everything working in our favor, except I haven't seen them yet. You know, it definitely help right now because I'm in my head thinking about this way too much of what's going on right now. I just need to hook a fish, get a mental reset. Because I'm like, do I go left? Do I stand here? Where's the worms? Where's the bass? Did I miss them? Did I not? This is where the real hard part of fishing is. Not learning how to fly cast, tying your flies. The mental mind games. The mental mind games. Must stay strong, brothers. Ooh, baby. We still got a little bit of wind coming like towards me, but I'm telling you, this switch rod's really nice. Cutting right through. It's nice, peaceful out here. Birds chirping away. Yeah, look at that sunset. Now we're talking. I don't know how well the colors are getting picked up by the camera, but always reminds me of, like, the sherbets. Used to get it like King Cullen or something. They had the like rainbow sherbets you could get. That's what it reminds me of, color wise. It's like the pink, purplish, yellow, orange. I don't know why. I haven't had that sherbet in years, but what these sunsets always remind me of. Sherbet. Good old rainbow sherbet. I mean, I haven't had ice cream in fucking years, but I don't even remember last time I had actual ice cream, let alone sherbets. Ice cream does sound very good, though. Not gonna lie. Where are you, Mr. Worm? Mr. Bass and Worms. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Sunset's killer. No bugs either. This is like beautiful. Part of me wants to switch flies, but it's not. I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference. You just go shorter. I either got lawnmower worm flies with rabbit strips, or I got short boys. This is about the largest I fish around here. They don't really get that large in this pond, at least generally. Swap for fun though. Put on an orange one. I'm sure that'll make a difference. Orange versus red. That'll make all the difference, I bet. Being sarcastic. But the one I'm going to put on is a little bit shorter. Slightly different material as well. I think it's going to be a little bit more buoyant. Sounds like a boat. Oh, there is a boat over there. I was going to say. Can't even see that thing. You got to put your nav lights on, buddy. Just being lazy. Let's try this one out. This one I tried earlier today. A little bit shorter. A little bit more orange. Also a little bit more foam on there. Trusty patented Ziploc fly bag. Always use loop knots. Get the most action. It also is a little bit forgiving if you're going to actually hit the grass or smack a rock or a boat. I think a loop knot gives you a little shock absorption before you break a fly off on a snag, on a back cast, for instance, you know. I used to do 5 wraps. 4 is nice and clean. 5 can get a little messy, but oh, apparently I wasn't even in the hook eye. I was just like underneath the foam. Convinced me. I thought I was in the hook eye there. I'm surprised I got as far as I did with it not being in the hook eye. Oh, worms, worms, worms. Did we miss it? Was it last week, dude? Don't tell me. If it's in a day or two, then I'd be okay. But if we missed it, I'm gonna be bummed. Okay, I think I'm starting to get bit by something bug related on the face. It's gotta be like little gnats or something. I can't even see them. It's looking so good, man. Where are the fish? There's gotta be some fish. Crush this barb. Little size 2 Kamagatsus. The barbs are super easy to crush, which is nice. Oh, make sure the lenses are somewhat clean. Forgot my line was wrapping around the phone there a couple times. Damn, dude. See nothing. Tide's getting pretty high. I would expect. I mean, it's not peak high tide, but at the moment, but it's high enough to where I'd expect these worms are going to start coming out here soon or something. Wow, I really made that worm fly small. Oh, let's see if they like that. Almost, I feel like going with a larger rabbit strip one. What's going on, Dad Life? Yeah, I was hoping to find some cinder worm spawn activity tonight, or I think it's tomorrow. Is the new moon, so it's. Did I just hear it boil? Very subtle if it was. So there's supposed to be some sort of cinderworm activity because usually it's every year right around this time it happens. But you know what? I know I just put this on here, but I'm gonna. I'll keep fishing. Kind of wanted to put a rabbit strip classic gurgler on. Yeah, it's usually every year around this time, around the new moon, we get a cinderworm spawn, and the fish just like go crazy right in front of us. We had a boil. We had a fish grab the fly, but I yanked it out of its mouth by accident. So It was like an hour ago, though. We haven't had any activity since. Oh, dude. That sky is like all purple. Yeah, well, apparently last week a cinder worm spawn happened. Not at, I mean, I don't know if it happened at this spot, but further east. So, which is weird. It either usually happens like closer to a moon cycle. This happened in between the moon cycles, which is strange. So, I don't know what's going on. It might have already happened, which was surprising too. It was like kind of cool last week, but apparently there was like a full blown hatch or spawn, I should say. I'm gonna fish. I got 22% more battery life left. I'm gonna stream till I run out of, or get close to running out of battery, and then I'm gonna switch to my GoPro, just in case something does pop off at night. Tempted to go to the left. I might go to the left and scope that out. I feel like I should see it though at this distance. Or even hear it. I should hear bass boiling. It's pretty quiet right now. Oh, fuck, I dropped it. Fail. Well, at least you caught a little one. Everyone's been catching big fish, which is cool, but there's like no schoolie bass anymore. I'm not seeing any tiny fish. So at least there's a couple of smaller ones around, because those are going to be the big ones many years from now. Treat them good. Keep them wet. Because we don't have many small fish around, so if we want to catch 40 inchers 10, 15 years from now, small ones that are alive now are going to be like super important to keeping the striper population alive. Kind of convinced like the lack of smaller fish in general is the reason why I'm not seeing as many fish by my house, because generally that's where like little schoolies are, in the way back bays. I don't even know if there's enough oxygen for a 40-pound fish to be back there. All right, good. We need the dinks. See, it's weird. I used to be like, damn, dude, I don't want to catch a 12-inch bass. I want to catch a 30-inch one. And now that there's no 12-inch bass around, I miss them. You know? I wish there were a bunch of 12-inch bass around. I'm gonna swap to one of the rabbit gurglers we made. Kind of like that first articulated gurgler, though. That was the one that the fish hit. It's been my favorite one so far we fished. Well, that's what I mean. Like, there were times where we used to stop fishing because we'd just be catching all these little bass, and we're like, we don't want to just beat these little guys up all day. We'd go somewhere else. Nowadays, I'm like struggling to find little bass. Break out the old fly bag, shall we? Go back to the articulated one we got hit on. We're gonna try something different. Screw it. Let's go rabbit strip. Classic, no articulation or nothing fancy. pink and the red. Trying to find a spot where it isn't one fish. I'm trying to find a spot with one fish. We're gonna go fishing with Zeke out on the boat once I'm done tying all these rooster fish flies. And he's been getting like nice fish on the fly and on the spin. So that's out in the boat though, out in the ocean or in the bay. It's the inshore fishing. It's like this back bay fishing, which is what I do most of the year. It's been getting tricky and tricky. This is the most consistent fishing that I've had in the past couple of years is this exact spot with the cinder worm activity. Last year, this is when I got my first bass, was here. Normally I would have been catching them for a month prior in a different bay closer to my house. Anyways, we're not going to doom and gloom. That being said, keep the fish wet. Let them go. Let them grow. We need all the bass we can get. Big bluefish should be around or getting close to being around too. I got to go for those. Should actually kind of be here right now. If not, and like very soon, we should see big tails sticking out right in this spot. Actually, don't know if there's any bunker in the river though, and that's usually why they're out here. The bunker. I need to get a swig of water. My mouth is getting so fucking dry. I've been yapping this whole time. Is that a boat motor? What the hell is that? 4 miles? Yeah, it'd be like that, right? Some days do be like that. But nowadays it's like that all the time for me. It fucking sucks. I hope, even though I hate saying this, I hope it's that there's less fish around, because otherwise I might just be I might be losing all my touch. Thinking about it the other day, I'm like, I might just be losing my touch, bro. I might just suck at fly fishing nowadays. All right, we had that one bass. Oh, what's that? That could have been a turtle, but something just surfaced right here. I don't think it was a bass, but that could have been like some sort of worm activity. Probably was a turtle. That's the first surface wake I've seen right next to the grass, so that's a good sign. I don't know what it was, but did I just see a boil over there? What is that? I need to catch a fish. Come on, dude. I'm so pissed that I pulled the fly out of that one bass's mouth. Stupid trout set. Happens to the best of us. Oh, damn. Smack the grass. Saved it, I think, but still. Yo, what's up, Bobzilla? How's it going? Yeah, we fishing. I'm running low on battery though. I'm at 15%, so we're only probably gonna stream here a little bit longer, chat. Then I'm gonna switch to my GoPro, get some footage. Yeah, we had one hit. Fish grabbed the fly, yanked it out of its mouth. But I was hoping by now there'd be cinder worms hatching everywhere and striped bass going crazy. It's yet to happen. My phone is gonna die here though soon, so I appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm not gonna end it yet, but I'm gonna end it here soon. Because I don't want my phone to die completely, just in case I don't know, the car doesn't start or something, God forbid. I need to have my phone. Come on, bro. Put my GoPro on though, keep fishing, see if anything happens. I feel like though, this is like we should, if something was gonna happen, it should start popping off like right now. It should have already been happening. Nice, very nice. I was thinking about coming back tomorrow too. I do have my micro dice stream, but if the fishing's fantastic, then we gotta get some footage. But nothing yet. I'm just looking around every once in a while. I'm just making sure I'm not missing any activity. See, I just heard something. What was that? I don't see any boils though. Could have just been water, that duck blind in the water making noise. Send it. Beautiful though. Can't complain. Complain about the lack of fish, but I won't complain about how nice it is. It's starting to get a little cold, but the fact the wind died down, so nice. I might go walk to the left before it gets super dark. Just go take a look before I shut the stream down. Normally what I would do is I would have a battery pack on me and I would have it plugged in, but the last one I had got all rusted out as usual. They only last so long because I put them on my waders and then they always end up getting salt water on them. But looks like the stream's working good, so we'll do some more fishing streams. I'll get another battery pack so we can stream like 3 hours or so, instead of 2. It's got to be a boat motor at that marina or something. Sounds like it. Somebody working on a motor. Damn, I'm gonna be really disappointed if the only thing I get all day was that one hit. I'd be disappointed if there's no worm hatch, but oh, it looks super calm over there to the left. I think I gotta go check that out, even though I'm not seeing any signs of anything. I gotta go take a look over there. It's like glass. This is where I usually fish because of this point. Is that a boil over there? What is that? I'm gonna go take a look. Let's go take a look. I can always come back and stand here later. tide's really coming up high. I gotta watch my backpack. Let's take a look over there. Oh, man. It sucks. Normally, we'd be going, oh my God, you see that? But that's what fishing do be like. I'm very curious. I wonder if the hatch did happen earlier in the week, like it did further up or out east. Very curious. Interesting. Okay. How much battery life? 10%. All right. Unfortunately, chat, I should probably end the stream so I can just keep a little battery life. And then I'll switch to my GoPro. I'll stick around a little bit longer just in case something does start popping off once it gets dark, because that is sometimes the case with cinderworm stuff. But yeah, we did have that one nice boil that we saw on camera. Nice fish, but unfortunately, it seems like we, what do you call it? Seems like we're not really getting the action we're looking for with these cinderworm stuff. So we'll see. I'm gonna stick it out a little though. It's starting to get dark too, so what do you call it? I'm gonna swap over to my GoPro and then stick it out a little bit and see. I'm not seeing, keep my doesn't look like I'm seeing anything, but I am gonna go walk over there and check it out just in case. But all right, chat. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry we didn't get some sort of cool cinderworm activity on camera, but I don't know. Either we missed it or it hasn't happened yet. So this is like the exact moon cycle for it. But that being said, I'm gonna hang out and fish a little bit longer, and then if it does end up turning being good, I don't know. I'm tempted like to come back tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I'll do. I might just get a bunch of work done and then do my micros dice stream. But either way, chat. Thank you so much for hanging out. YouTube, apologies for not being able to read you guys, but thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching. We are going to be doing more IRL fishing streams here in the near future on YouTube. So just stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, chat. I hope you folks have an awesome night. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and get out there and do some fishing. So, but chat, you take it easy. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And what do you call it? We'll see you guys soon, all right? I'll let you know if something happened in the Discord. So, all right. You take it easy, chat. Later.